Hi, I'm Dr. Karen, and I'm here to talk about epigenetics. Yes, epigenetics. Epi is around genetics. So the powerful part of epigenetics is that your genetic code that we used to think was your fate is not your fate. And the environment, hence the word epi, is constantly impacting your genome. So this is not about changing your DNA. This is about all of these variations in your DNA, in your genetic code that are specific to you. And there are thousands of them that can be affected by everything to do with the environment. So let's review what that means. What does that environment mean? It means what we eat and what we don't eat. It means how we move or don't move. It's the environment that we are in and what we're exposed to on the outside. It's our emotions, it's our thoughts, and specifically certain foods in our bodies. So there's an area of epigenetics called nutrigenomics, which I just love and I am fascinated by. And I do nutrigenomic testing with a lot of my clients. Now, nutrigenomics is about how nutrition can affect the expression of genes, specifically foods like gluten, lactose, caffeine, alcohol, just as an example. And nutrigenomics gives us a plan, a personalized plan based on your unique nutrigenomic test that will help me identify your best wellness plan. So epigenetics allows us to open this whole new world of wellness called personalized wellness, where you are unique. One size does not fit all. So for example, with epigenetics, there are some people that are more sensitive to gluten and so really need to remove or reduce gluten from their diet. Now, for all of us, that would be helpful. But when you have that unique nutrigenomic test done that shows you are very sensitive to gluten, it gives you more impact, more motivation to take that action. So what I find with epigenetics and nutrigenomics is that by doing a test, it gives us more motivation to actually do the lifestyle factors that we might have known would be good for us anyway, but we can see for our unique nutrigenomic profile. So with epigenetics, the way that we say it is genes may load the gun, but the environment pulls the trigger. And we need to be personalized about this. This is not, as I said, one size fits all. So wouldn't it be great if you knew that your nutrigenomic profile or epigenetic profile showed that you have a higher tendency to inflammation in your body, so that following a specific anti-inflammatory lifestyle was very, very important for you. It's good for all of us, but that's your priority area. So what I usually do is I look for priority areas. It might be inflammation, detoxification. It might be lipid metabolism. It might be insulin sensitivity. So we can, through epigenetics, we can also test for if you are more likely to develop diabetes, despite you doing all the right things. So we have to be super careful of looking at your fasting glucose and your HbA1c. So looking at your unique genetic variations so that, again, we can set your lifestyle plan. I call it the so what factor. A lot of people are talking about epigenetics, but the power of it is when you can actually assess your own profile. And you can certainly look at my website, drkarenwolf.org/genetic, where I talk more about this and about the direction I am heading to help my clients with this personalized epigenetic profile. Because we are, in our basic gene structure, we are 99% the same, can you believe, as human beings, 99% the same. And that 1% are these variations that I'm talking about. It's like the one spelling letter in a word different that makes us more likely to be gluten sensitive or lactose sensitive, or to process caffeine faster, or to be more likely to addicted to cannabis. So epigenetics is also helping us with the mental health field, where we can look at addictive behavior. We can look at cognitive decline and who's more likely to have a genetic code that says that we might get late onset Alzheimer's at an earlier age. So now this is not black and white. So I have to say that epigenetics is not about, oh, the Holy Grail. It is one piece of your wellness journey that shines a light on personalization alongside clinical history, of course, and your lab testing, your functional lab testing. We put it all together to create personalized wellness. And when it comes to gut health, epigenetics is very powerful because the gut is responsible for our emotional and physical health in a big way. So to be able to really shine the light and look at how epigenetics, how our lifestyle can impact our genetic expression, helps the gut enormously. So I'm going to give you an example. When I did my epigenetic test or my nutrigenomic test, I found that I am a poor detoxifier. So with epigenetics, we can look at enzyme pathways. And for detoxification, as an example, there are all kinds of enzyme pathways responsible for how we detoxify in our body. And if there's a genetic variation in that enzyme working, which I have, that means I'm a poor detoxifier. So that was a big wake-up call for me to know that I've got to do everything on a daily basis to help me detoxify. Because if you're a poor detoxifier, that can lead to cellular damage, which can lead to DNA damage, which you know where that goes, to inflammation, dis-ease, including cancers. So how do you become a good detoxifier? And that's where we can translate epigenetic information on a daily basis. And I also need glutathione support, which I order for myself, because that's the enzyme pathway that is not functioning correctly based on my nutrigenomic test. I also eat a lot of cruciferous vegetables, and it certainly made me really do that. Drinking lots of water. So making sure that I put good skincare products on my skin, because everything we put on our skin needs to be absorbed and detoxified by the body. So hopefully you can start to see how this epigenetic story allows us to have a personalized wellness program. You can find out more about this on my website, drkarenwolf.org/genetic, because I explain a lot about nutrigenomics there and just all kinds of ways that we can discover more about this. And it's certainly enlightening to realize the power we have. Genes are not our destiny. These genetic variations, otherwise known as SNPs, SNPs, and there's thousands of them, awaken us to see where we can take specific wellness action to be able to either silence that genetic variation or have it expressed more if that's what we need to do. So it's a fabulous field, very exciting, and gives us such power to have personalized health care.